Welcome back, travelers. Today's video is all about syncing trees, placing them out of bounds, and decorating out of bounds. Luckily, decorating out of bounds is completely switch friendly. However, syncing the trees is not. The first item you're going to need for this to work is the Yardwork Small Terrace, which is located in Kenley's Till in City Hall, Killama Village. Of course, you can use the medium and large terraces as well if you want more space, but you'll need more free space on your plot to work with these items. The next items you'll need are a builder's wall and builder's floor. Place the builder's floor on the wall to create an upside down L shape. You'll also need an item like a chair or table that allows another decor item to be placed on top. Make sure to test your item before you use it by placing a plushie or bowl or other decor item on top of it. Place the tester item out and nearby on the ground because you're going to need this later. Now that we're all set up, you're going to select your base item. This is known as an anchor. I'll be using the camping chair. Pick it up from on top of the builder's floor. Move it to the ground as if you are going to place it, but don't place it. Instead, use the alternate placement method, meaning you are going to take out another decor item that is in your inventory by pressing the number key associated to it. This causes your anchor item to look like it's in its current position when the game actually thinks it isn't. Now that your anchor is on the ground using the alternate placement method, you're going to pick up your tester item. I'm using a bonsai pod. Drag it underneath your person while standing on top of your anchor. This will cause the game to say something is in the way. At this point, you are going to try to place the bonsai pod at the same time as pressing the number key associated to your Yardwork terrace. This will allow the terrace to be placed on your anchor item, where it wouldn't be allowed to do that normally. When you return to your wall, you can move it just slightly, and it will cause the anchor item to snap back to its original position, but keep the terrace located to where it was placed. From here, you can decorate the terrace with various trees and items that you want sunk into the ground. When you move the anchor item, everything will go with it. If you want the trees to sink lower into the ground, all you have to do is start your anchor item higher up into the air. And if you want the trees to not be sunk so much, you just start with your anchor item lower to the ground. Here's an example of trees sunk quite low into the ground by having the anchor item be high up in the air. It's important to note that the anchor item in this method must always stay placed. So use an item that you want to incorporate into the design in the final stage, or an item you can hide using another glitch. Also, remember to be patient with yourself. It can be difficult to see these types of things in your head, especially if you're not a visualizing person. So keep trying, use different objects, and if you have to start over, it's not the end of the world. Give yourself the chance to be patient. For the sunken trees to be working out of bounds, all you have to do is make sure the anchor stays within bounds, and it should just be placeable. Just remember, any decor that you want out here cannot be placed without an additional anchor system or glitching, so it's just going to be the trees. Now for the Switch and controller-friendly version to get these trees and platform out of bounds. This, I believe, was originally discovered by Code Red Alert on YouTube. And it is fairly simple, though it can get complicated, simply because Palia sometimes is a pain in the butt. You're going to need a Yardwork terrace, a bunch of builder's floors, and a builder's small crate. Place the first builder's floor on top of the terrace with the edge just slightly sticking off. Then attach more floors until you get the distance you want to have the terrace outside of your boundary. So the more floors you attach, the farther out from your building boundary the terrace can be placed. Then place a builder's crate at the very end of your floor line, but make sure that the crate is just about in front of it so that the crate sits on the ground in front of the line of floors. Then hold your group select button, the game should tell you which one this is on the screen, and press A or your pickup button at the same time. This will select all the items together. You can then use the crate as the anchor item to move the terrace as far as you want out of bounds, as long as the crate stays within bounds. When you're done, all you have to do is pick up the crate and every piece of flooring up until you hit the terrace. You can now decorate the terrace however you want using trees, plants, various pieces of decor. If you want to move it, all you have to do is the same method from where it currently is. Place the builder's floor all the way until you're in bounds, place the crate, group select, and you can move it again wherever you would like. It is important to note the trees will look like they do not move with it. But when you change your plot or you leave and come back, they will move to where the terrace was moved. There's only one annoying thing with this particular method. Sometimes it just straight up doesn't work. It's not your fault. You can be doing everything correctly, and the game just picks up the terrace instead of all the items together. The best thing you can do is keep trying, pick everything up, maybe leave the plot and come back. There's nothing that you can do other than try and try again until it does finally work. I hope this video was helpful. If it is, give it a thumbs up, subscribe if you feel like it, but most importantly, have a very magical day.